Now, away from that, Meta Platform Incorporated, owner of Facebook and Instagram, has agreed to pay $32.8 million to Nigeria's Data Protection Commission after breaching the country's data privacy laws. The fine, originally issued in February 2025, accused Meta of using Nigerians' data for advertising without consent, collecting information from non-users, failing to submit required reports, and transferring user data abroad without authorization. Following months of legal battles, Meta opted for an out-of-court settlement expected to conclude by the end of October 2025. The Data Protection Commission has also ordered Meta to review its privacy policies, seek user consent, and comply with local data regulations. Now, cyber lawyer Olapomisi Fashino joins us now to make some sense on Nigeria's data protection and privacy laws. You're welcome.
Hello, good evening. Nice to be here.
Thank you. Very quickly, what specific privacy violations led to the Data Protections Commission decision against Meta, and how significant are these within Nigeria's data protection framework?
Okay, so the Nigerian Data Protection Commission was triggered by, I would say, three core privacy violations. The first one, Meta using Nigerians' data to for targeted ads without the explicit permission, which actually breaches Section 25 and 26 of the Nigerian Data Protection Act. Also, the second one I would say is the transfer of data across borders without proper authorization from the Commission, which also contravenes Section 41 to 44 of the Nigerian Data Protection Act, which provides for cross-border data transfer. And the last one is failure to comply with compliance obligations such as audits and data impact assessment, which is significant in Nigerian Data Protection Act. I would say that this is the first of many cases. This is the first time that the Nigerian Data Protection Commission is actually going against one of the big techs. And this case will actually be a precedent to many other cases and countries in Africa. So now, it's of great significance.
All right. So tell us, I mean, in terms of the consent, how does the order for Meta to, of course, get user consent before targeted advertising change the way social media platforms can monetize user data in Nigeria?
So let me start. Target advertising is a major way that social media platforms actually get money. So this order against Meta that they should not use targeted, they ask for explicit content will, number one, affect them monetarily, because, let me first thing, fewer people will opt in. So when there is consent now, fewer people want to say whether they want to do this or not. And once fewer people opt in, that means the data available will shrink. And once data available shrinks, there'll be weakened ad precision, and more people and less people will be paying for this type of services. So it's going to affect the monetization and the monetary value in Nigeria. But I feel like I believe that they can actually shift or pivot to contextual advertising, which is in turn adverts where you see content based on what you're viewing, not just targeted, not content based on your profile or your history online. So yeah, it will affect them, but they'll get out of it.
Okay, now in terms of impact, though, what impact could these new compliance requirements have on Meta's advertising revenue and, of course, the digital marketing ecosystem in Nigeria?
I think I answered part of the question in my previous one about how it's going to affect the digital marketing ecosystem and the impact. So the first impact I would say is that this new compliance requirements, number one, will make digital marketers think outside the box and will make them stop using the lazy generic way. Two, it will protect our privacy and our data. Three, Meta will need to think beyond, the generic way of putting out data, the targeted adverts way of putting out data. and it will not have to ask for people's consent, and people will have the authority and the permission to use their will have the control over their data and their content. So yes, it's going to have a significant impact on monetary value, but yeah.
So in terms of permission, are you saying that as it stands right now, that permission from individual users and subscribers was not gotten? Consent was not given at all?
Consent might have been given, but not explicitly. So now what the Nigerian Data Protection Commission wants is that people can know what they are giving consent for. So it's not more the terms and conditions where you have 40 pages of tiny prints that the content can be hidden somewhere there. But what the Nigerian Data Protection wants is, okay, when I'm ticking this box that I agree, I know I am agreeing that my profile or I can be monitored online to be given targeted ads. Not just the 30-page terms. I agree to terms and conditions. I agree to privacy policy. No, Meta wants it to be explicitly written so people can have the permission or the authority to select it, and it should not affect the other features or affect them accessing the platform.
All right. I mean, my final question to you very quickly now, in terms of implications, are there any possible implications of this deal for investor confidence, especially in the Nigeria tech and regulatory environment?
I would say is a double-edged sword. For investors that actually like regulation and are confident with like regulation, or they are safe where a place is being properly regulated, yes, it will boost their confidence. But because this is showing that Nigeria is moving to a step where the Nigeria Protection Act and possibly other internet-related governance commissions will start regulating and enforcing their laws. So Nigeria becomes a regulated tech space where not anything can work, or not anybody can just come and play around. You must apply with our law. So investors that are confident or are secure in regulatory spaces will thrive in Nigeria. But people who want a laid-back regulation, not easily tied, might still have issues investing. But I feel like in the long run, we'll find a balance. But for now, it's a double-edged sword. I can't say yes or no to the question.
Olamiposi, thank you so much for your time and for your insight.